Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ballet Rain. So today, Eden and I were in the middle of enjoying a very nice, casual, usual Tuesday. And then it happened. It started with one DM, and then all of a sudden it became a flood of comments and emails, and all of them echoing the same unanimous plea: we need you to react to TWOSET VIOLIN doing ballet. We were not expecting today to be a filming day, you guys. No. But we are contractually obliged, as your most trusted, very favorite ballet nerds on the internet, that's right, to give you the highest caliber ballet nerd content. So here we are today, sitting down in the box 3 hours after TWOSET's video has been posted to film you guys our review and reaction of TWOSET Violin's debut on the ballet stage. Don't say we never do anything for you guys. If you're ready for the video, then tap the like button and let's get going. So a little bit of context. If you don't know who TWOSET Violin is, just kidding. Of course you know who TWOSET Violin is. And if you don't know, please go look them up. You have to know who TWOSET Violin is. Brett and Eddie from TWOSET Violin are amazing violinists on YouTube, and they're famous for bringing the art of classical music to the newer generations in a really fun and accessible way. Yeah, they do an amazing job of bringing classical music and really integrating it with today's culture. So yeah, we really admire and appreciate and commend their work bringing classical music and classical arts in general to a modern audience. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. They do amazing work. So this video that they recently put out that we're going to be reviewing today is titled We Try Ballet, and it's in collaboration with the Hong Kong Ballet, which we did feature in our World Ballet Day video, linked above and below if you want to check it out. Brett and Eddie, as far as we know, haven't had any ballet training in their entire lives. At least not any formal ballet training. So we're really excited to see how they're gonna do taking up ballet for the first time, and to see how easy or how hard it is for a musician to take up ballet, because music and ballet are so like this. They're like hand in hand. It's like milk and tea. Yeah, like once you mix the milk and the tea, it's like it's milk tea. Milk tea. So right off the bat, I feel like they might have an edge when it comes to learning ballet. I think so, because they have that sort of musicality and just the understanding of movement and music, and I think that would come a little bit easier to them. So yeah, we're gonna watch it through with you guys, let you know how they did with their first ballet lesson, and if they should maybe consider a career in classical ballet, or if they should just stay with violin. We'll let you know at the end of the video. So here we go, you guys. We have TWOSET's video pulled up on our iPad and officially posted 3 hours ago. So it's kind of funny, we actually ended up being one of the first viewers of this because of you guys. Yeah. Let's get started.
Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to be learning ballet with the Hong Kong Ballet. As musicians, we've always played in the pit, but finally we get to see what it's like to dance on stage.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
No, I don't want to. 5 and 6 and... Okay. Can we end up learning the ballet, or are we going to injure ourselves by the end of this video? Stay tuned and find out.
I would hope they don't get injured. I really hope they don't get injured. It's literally their first time. Yeah. I hope it's a good experience. Yeah, exactly. Don't get injured your first time doing ballet.
So today we have the Ballet Master of the Hong Kong Ballet here, Yuh Egami-san. Thank you for being here with us, and he's going to be teaching us how to dance Les Cygnets from Swan Lake. Okay, 4 little swans. 4 little swans? The hit workout of ballet. The hit workout of ballet. This is gonna be good, you guys. This is gonna be fantastic. I mean, we have a few thoughts about this right off the bat. Firstly, of course, this is just for entertainment value. You know, this is all in fun. But the 4 little swans, in case you didn't know, is definitely a female piece of rep. Yeah, I honestly would have liked to see them try some male rep. Like, I would have. Like danseur stuff. Like a simplified 4 garçons from Raymonda. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good piece of rep, because I feel like it's accurate to what Brett and Eddie would be doing if they were in ballet. I think that would have been cool to see. But like, I understand 4 Little Swans, it's iconic. It is iconic. And because they're trying to cater to like a wider audience and people that might not know anything about ballet, you're gonna want something recognizable, catchy, famous. Exactly. But does it accurately represent the male dancer and all the things that danseurs are known for? No. No, not really. No, it doesn't. And I think it would have been cool to reveal to their audience what the danseurs are expected to do in ballet. Because danseurs, frankly, among the general public, it's kind of like overlooked. Like, people don't know much
much about what it means to be a dancer.
Yeah.
So it would have been cool to see that in the video.
It would have been cool. We know this is just in fun.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be that serious.
It's not that deep.
But ultimately, do we wish that they learned some male rep? Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't ruin our opinion for this video.
No,
so let's
I'm still
keep
very
going.
excited.
Yeah, we're still excited. We're still very hopeful. All right, ballet basics. Let's go.
Most unique thing about the ballet is that we stand normally like this, but in ballet form, we rotate our legs and feet to outwards. Yes, this allows you to open up your hip socket.
Their turnout is so good.
Like the fact that they turned out their feet this much with no apparent strain. Like it doesn't.
Like, look, he's got his knees straight.
Yeah.
And his hips aren't like in a crazy distorted position either.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty straight and yeah, it looked easy. That's a shocker to me.
I'm so jealous.
Brett and Eddie, you guys have potential. Like straight off the bat, y'all have potential. Let's keep going.
This allows you to open up your hip socket to a certain level so your leg can go up higher. While if you stay like this, it doesn't go up, right?
That
You
is
can try.
actually true.
If you stand normal, and then try to get your leg up as high as possible, or you can kick it. You get stuck there.
Yeah.
But if you turn it,
Y'all
out,
can try it at home too.
and
It's a
then
good exercise.
and it goes a little bit,
He was so shocked.
and it goes a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It kind of works.
I should not have worn tight jeans. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
This is the first-
We saw a lot of people in the comments being like, they're not wearing the proper attire for a ballet class. Yes, of course not. But
Yeah.
it's just a fun video. The sneakers, definitely. You won't be able to point your feet. Jeans,
Yeah.
obviously. You can't do anything in jeans. You can barely sit in jeans.
Yeah, I can.
So anything you see in this video that's like poor technique, we're going to fully attribute it to the tight jeans and the shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. The talent is there. The talent
talent's
is
there,
there, you
yeah.
guys. It's just the
attire.
tight jeans are going to make it harder.
This is the first position in ballet, and this is the second position in ballet.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
They're naturals. Look at
And
their
we
turnout.
have a third position, but we don't usually do that, so we skip that. This is,
We have third position, but don't worry about it.
this is the fourth position in ballet. And then we close. This is the fifth position of the ballet. Okay, so we need to stretch a little bit before we move on, right?
Oh, warm-up time.
Yes, warm-up
Alright.
is imperative.
Warm-up is so important.
On your floor. And try to get your spine straight up. Good. Forward as much as possible.
I'm so screwed.
Very slowly. This is to stretch out these muscles outside of your butt. Which you're going to contract later on. So it's good that keep breathing. And then breathe out.
What did I get myself into?
Steady.
You know what? This is a universal experience.
Yeah.
Even us dancers, after we take a couple of days of vacation,
Yeah.
we feel the exact same pain, so it's all right. Again, we're attributing their lack of mobility to the tight jeans.
Yeah, it's the jeans.
It's the jeans, you guys. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. You just can't see it. I'm hurting just
Just breathe. Just breathe.
And slowly, when you do stretch. And now you open up your leg a little bit.
No, I can't do this.
Nice and
one.
easy.
I already know.
Okay. And then you slowly,
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all.
and we go then to the side. Either way you like. So one arm up, and then you can touch the floor. Yes.
I feel so uncoordinated.
We usually try to keep this one.
I was just
out
going to
all
talk
the
about
time.
that, but teacher already got it covered, so we're good. Keep going.
And then go forward as much as you can, and just stay
go.
They're doing good.
Honestly,
though.
they're doing so good, you guys.
Yeah.
They're doing so good. This is a hard stretch.
For a beginner, let's say I want to go home and keep stretching. Would you just give a beginner this routine every day to do? Maybe 10 minutes?
I mean, 10 minutes might be too short. I like to hold each position like around 30 seconds to 1 minute maximum. If you do too long, your muscle fiber get damaged.
Oh,
It definitely depends on the intensity of the stretch, but definitely, I'd say for beginners for sure. Like, he definitely
Yeah.
had the point. Like, if your muscles are not used to that sort of tension, then absolutely, yeah, 30 seconds to a minute,
Yeah.
tops.
Don't get injured.
Yeah, the name of the game is don't get injured. You want to feel that length happening within the muscle tissue, but you don't want to stretch to the point where there's pain. But he's asking good questions.
Yeah.
That's like a very good question to ask. Imagine if he just went home and like stretched for 10 minutes and tore a muscle.
No.
Don't do that.
Slowly eat it.
1 minute
So
max. before you...
Or 90, depending on your heartbeat. If you're warm, you should do it when you're not. Eventually. So.
Keep breathing, Brett. Come on. Come on, Eddie.
That is to stretch all the hamstrings and calf muscles that we use a lot in ballet. See how far you could go, which you were doing.
Nice.
Hey!
Touchdown.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't touched the ground yet, but I can...
Yeah, after 1 year, you'll be like, I mean, we don't do that in ballet, but for you guys, I think it's good to get that. In ballet, we do that in all turnout positions, in all these positions. For you, no, I don't want to get out.
Yeah, the grand plie in fourth is notoriously perilous.
Very, very, very difficult.
There's the most like potential for injury if you're like not doing it correctly. So that's why he was like, no, don't do that, don't do that. Good call. The teacher is really good at making sure that they're working safely.
You can tell he understands the body and he understands techniques.
Yeah. Props to him.
They're in good hands.
They're in good hands.
This is, we call it demi-plie, half bend. And then full plie, we call it grand plie, which we go all the way down and then come up. That was my meniscus. But it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Half demi-plie.
That's demi-plie.
Nice.
And then we go to full clear.
Full plie, grand plie.
Yes,
You can
Brett
get your
is-
heels off.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then keep your spine back, straight, yep. And then come
Oh,
up.
yes.
Yes, straight
Nice and
posture.
elegant.
Nice.
With
Right
that
off the
support.
bat, I was pretty impressed. They both have a huge range of natural turnout.
I was very, very impressed. I did not know that they had that. Let's go on to dance practice.
Let's do it.
Usually signets dance danced by ladies and usually danced by 4 dancers with holding hands.
Yes, learn the feet first.
It's helpful to break it into different pieces. Like you learn the feet first, then you learn the arms, then you add head, and then put it all together, you know?
Especially because they're getting crash course right now. It's good to just break it down,
Break it down.
and add certain things at a time.
First position, we are standing here. And then on the intro of,
Don't push him over!
do you like to count the intro? On 8, we switch the leg. On 8.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is already easy because you can tell they're musicians, so they understand on 8.
I'm 8
And,
and
like-
switch. I'm expecting that they'll have an advantage because they do already know this piece of music. One thing I will say for, anyone who's struggling to pick up choreography and stuff, definitely get familiar with your music. The more you know the music, it's like you already know half of your choreography. What we used to do is after rehearsal, if it's a brand new piece of rep or a piece of music you're not as familiar with, you play that on repeat until you can recognize what's coming next in the piece. Because once you know the music, then adding the choreography on top is way easier.
front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and 4. And then from here.
And they can maintain their
Yes.
turnout so well here too.
I was just gonna say, knees over toes,
Perfectly
And then
turned
the
out.
back
perfectly
leg
turned
comes
out.
to
Yeah.
Pas de bras into 5th position.
Wow.
And then we call it routine position, but we roll it on that.
No way. You see that?
That's it.
It's the tight jeans, you guys. We attribute all the struggles to the tight jeans.
I got it.
Yeah, up and
really.
down. And then we keep going, exact same thing to the left side, with accent on the front foot on 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and jump. Pas de bras. Pas de bras means change of the leg. Da, da, da.
Yes, let's go.
Fantastic.
Up and down. Oh. Yes, you're holding each other.
Oh, we're
actually,
holding each
so
other.
we're like this.
Oh, so they can keep me balanced.
I mean, corporately, yes. You depend on everyone and everyone depends on you. It's like an
Exactly.
all for one and one for all.
Yeah, you're an amoeba.
Yep.
The same thing.
Okay.
So, 1 and 2.
Wow,
and
moving
3
faster.
And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 is down.
Nice work.
Opposite side. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6
6.
and 7 and
Not bad.
Okay. I see. They're picking it up so fast.
They really are. This is really tricky choreography, very
Yeah.
fast choreography.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
They're jumping a little more to the side than to the front,
Seven
but
and-
But hey,
We'll give
you
it
know
to
what?
them.
It's all right.
yeah.
How do you hold hands?
So, yeah, usually.
They're so like amazed.
Amazed.
Yeah.
no,
So
okay.
when we're doing Four Little Swans, usually the way we get into it is right hand and then left hand out, and then the outside girls go like this.
Yes, exactly. It looks like they got it just right.
We need to be absolutely together.
No, I'm in the middle.
Synchronicity is
5
everything with
and
Four Little
6.
Swans.
Yeah,
you know?
because you're attached.
If I'm up like this, or we're opposite each other,
it's gonna
be
crazy.
so
It's gonna be
uncomfortable.
crazy.
And 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3
Hey,
and
let 'em
4
go.
and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
All right.
Not
We're losing the turnout
bad.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely hard because you're dancing in such close proximity to
Yeah.
the other dancer. It's really easy to feel like you need to turn in so you don't hit the next person beside you, you know.
Yep.
That's a very natural occurrence.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
they're on the right track.
They're on the right track.
They are doing so good. Oh, look at them, so wholesome.
Just do the head.
Okay, the head choreography
6
is like its
and-
own separate dance.
Oh, yeah.
For Four Little Swans particularly because the head is very, very, very exact and it's very dramatic, I'd say as well. Especially when it's performed in a full-length ballet, you have the white feather head pieces, which really emphasize which way your head is turned.
And like the angle, the inclination,
exactly.
everything.
So there's absolutely zero mercy for Four Little Swans.
To the head. And 6 and to the audience. 7 and 8, we switch to the left.
Yep.
And then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and by the time you jump over the pond, you're facing that way, so you jump over part of the way and pass is this way and then we change back. 8, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Correct. 5 and 6 and
Oh no, we lost him! Oh no!
5 and 6 and change. Other leg. 7
Straight.
and 8. Release and 4 and 5 and 6 and right knee up and down.
Nice. All right. Not bad. The head is hard. Adding the head is definitely hard because when you add your head, it throws your balance off.
Yeah.
Or it changes your balance slightly.
That's more it. It just changes your balance.
Definitely is a challenge, and it's hard to remember all your footwork and also technique as well as adding
Yeah.
new head choreography. The more you add, the more complex it gets.
Yeah, like once you master the feet, you're like, oh, we got this down. And you add the head and you're like, all of a sudden, it falls apart again.
Yeah,
and you have to
exactly.
almost feel like you have to rebuild it again. But it's all part of the process,
Yeah.
the beautiful process of learning ballet.
And they're doing great for
Yeah.
a short amount of time.
Yeah, and like take it from people who know, you know,
Yeah.
like this is not easy stuff. Yeah, but they're doing really, really
Yeah.
good. And they're being good sports and they're being very teachable and
Yeah.
they're learning really well. So I'm proud of them.
You master the first part.
Yeah, master.
Mastered.
Just like to introduce another phrase that comes at the end of this dance phrase. Is the piqué passé. You're going to push to your supporting leg and then hit that passé position that you did earlier. Yeah. And then
Okay, so we're
series
skipping to
of
the
it.
end. There's a whole
yeah.
chunk in the middle that
Yeah.
they missed.
But
But now I
it's-
guess we're skipping to the end.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see the rest of it later. We'll see.
And you go in
This
this
is the very
direction
end of the
for
number.
8 times, but
Oh,
your
nice.
head, as the timing that you stab your left foot to the floor,
Mm-hmm.
you tilt your head this way. Exactly. And back and da, da, da.
Ah, yes.
da.
My favorite part of Four Little Swans.
This is actually the hardest part of
Yeah.
the entire piece. Even though it's like the same, like up and up and up. It seems so simple. It's so hard.
It's so
and
hard.
so tiring, especially because it's at the end, the
Yeah.
very end of Four Little Swan, and your legs are already beat.
And you're
You guys.
connected to 3 other girls.
Yeah.
And you're already beat. You're tired. It's
Yeah.
It's definitely my least favorite part of Four Little
It's
Swans.
the most difficult part of Four Little Swans.
Da, da, da. And then get your front leg out. And then just keep changing your leg. Tap, 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 tap. And then we travel down a little bit with these steps.
They're a little
And
more
then
side
we
than front, but that's
eventually
okay.
we
That's
let
all right.
go our arms to spread out a little bit as you do the step. And then round shape with your leg.
Concerto.
Step. First arabesque.
Hey, not bad. Let's analyze this.
Not
Okay.
bad at all. I'm actually very impressed.
That's pretty good. They both have decently turned out back leg. They could be a little more square, but like honestly,
Brett had a nice pas de cheval before he stepped up. Eddie's already got the fingers.
Yeah.
For his arabesque, he already has the fingers going on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
He's doing good.
Step. First arabesque.
Hey.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
And kneel down. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4,
I can't handle it.
6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, we're a little overcrossed. We're a little
but
overcrossed.
I appreciate the commitment
I
to the
appreciate
end
it.
pose.
You gotta finish strong.
Gotta finish strong, y'all.
No, don't be discouraged.
Eddie,
you guys were doing
you guys
good.
are doing so good.
Yeah.
Elbow this.
Prepare yourselves.
Oh goodness.
I am so
I'm
ready.
Septime Weber, Artistic Director of Hong Kong Ballet. Sadly, we've had some injuries in our corps de ballet, but recently, TWOSET VIOLIN auditioned for us. And I'm happy to announce the two latest additions to the Signets, the four little swans, Eddy and Brett.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Swan.
Little swan noise.
I don't know what swan's like.
Signet sound.
Beautiful. Nice, they're keeping up. Good.
Look at the head. They got it right. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. They're doing so good though. She's laughing.
Nice.
Oh, I see. So they're gonna continue. That's nice. They're losing it.
I'm glad they're having such a good time.
I'm glad too. It just makes me happy to see them happy. But seriously, like, watch our amazing dancers here. They're
Wow.
definitely one of the best Four Little Swans I've seen. The synchronicity, the
They're
lines,
beautiful.
everything
Yeah.
is so beautiful.
I like this section. This section is one of my
Yeah, this
favorites.
one's so much fun.
It's just fun. It feels like you're weaving in and out of each other.
It is so much fun.
This one's fun too.
Yeah, Brett. All right. Why didn't they put him in this section? I don't know.
Oh,
The little
Padashahs.
pas de chas are
This is
so
the-
hard to make look good.
This is the energy killer right here.
Uh-huh.
Like any remaining energy is used up in this diagonal. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh! Nice. Got into formation really well. Pretty good.
Good
Pretty
job.
good.
Not
Wow.
bad.
Basically, what they did was an understudy. They literally got thrown in. You have one rehearsal to do it, and then you get thrown on to perform.
That's not easy at all, and they actually did really, really good.
And furthermore, they've never taken a ballet class in their life. or
Yeah.
have never had any formal ballet training in their life.
And they're still wearing sneakers.
Our initial thoughts were quite correct regarding them being musicians. Their
Yeah.
musicality was quite good. And I feel like that's something that a lot of, beginners usually struggle with, but them having a knowledge of music and probably having played this before, you could definitely see that advantage coming into play.
Yeah, half the battle was already fought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you're intimate with the music.
Yeah.
And so
You're inclined to move with it.
even though there were some errors, choreographically where they maybe messed up the head or they messed up the feet, at
Yeah.
least they kept moving on the beat of the music.
Exactly.
And that's sort of, I almost want to say what matters the most. Because
I totally agree.
The essence of dance is moving to music.
Yeah.
So like that collaboration needs to happen.
Exactly.
And we saw that. We had
We
that with them.
absolutely saw that.
Here's
the finale. Oh, no way.
Whoa!
I am lost for words, you guys. I am so lost for words, you guys. That is actually really cool. Wow.
I cannot imagine how difficult that is to do.
I can't even sing and dance together.
Oh, I can hardly talk and dance.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, multi-talented kings.
Talented king.
Our multi-talented kings. That was a fun video.
That was so super fun. And now, technically, like in terms of ballet technique, honestly, I don't feel like it would be fair to hold them to any sort of
No.
expectation.
No, it's not fair.
Considering that one, they didn't really even have a proper ballet class to get used to some of the steps and vocabulary in ballet.
Yeah, like they literally just did some stretching and went straight to choreography.
Yeah, and also they pretty much learned by mimicking the teacher.
Yeah,
you know,
without
they
properly understanding the logistics of every single step. It was just
watch and learn.
exactly.
So that's the second thing. And also thirdly, they were in not proper attire, so they weren't in the proper shoes. It's gonna make things a little harder.
I do think they have a lot of potential, like physically with the rotation, and because they're musicians, they're used to learning a lot of new material and grasping things really, really quickly. They have that to their advantage as well. So if they were to pick up ballet, like to be honest, I think they could really make it. They definitely have to work on flexibility and then overall strength and balance and things like that. But I mean, all of that can come with time and patience. Overall, I think that they're very naturally gifted and
Yeah.
talented. Also want to applaud their instructor for the day, Mr. Egami, for kind of like breaking it down into digestible pieces of information.
Yeah.
Obviously, the proof is in the pudding. Brett and
Yeah.
Eddy were able to keep up with the two other swans, and Brett and Eddy, if you're watching, kudos to you guys.
From these two ballet dancers, very
Yeah.
certified ballet
Very,
experts.
very certified.
We think you guys did a great job, especially in the context and everything that you guys were supposed to do. Yeah, we just gotta give you a round of applause because this is not easy what you guys did, and you guys did amazing.
So there we have it. That was our reaction to TWOSET VIOLIN's official ballet debut. To Brett and Eddy, if you're watching, we want to extend our congratulations to both of you for stepping foot into our little world of ballet. We want to commend your hard work and focus, and we really appreciate the respect you showed towards our art form, and it was so great to see all the fun you had with it. If you liked the video, then like the video, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest Ballet Nerd content, then feel free to subscribe. This is not in collaboration with TWOSET in any way, but we really recommend you subscribe to their channel as well to support everything they're doing for the classical music community.
Anyways, I think that is all from us for now. This is Ballet Rain signing off. Until the next video.
Bye!